Yo, what's good, y'all boys, man? It's Tokyo, finally back with the video. Yes, I know it's been a week, but hey, I had to take a little break. I was consistent for a little bit, but I had to take a little break, man. I had a lot of school stuff going on, but hey, I gave y'all what I promised y'all. If y'all got it, a like on about my top 5 best builds, and as you can see from my own percentages, I know what I'm talking about. Like, this game is not hard once you master it. I'm not even gonna say anymore, but hey, let's get right into the builds now. From like, I'm gonna go probably by like positions again, but hey, to be honest, these are like my best, like not just the best builds for position, but my favorite builds I played the best on, like for my type of play style, ISO and screens. These are just my these are the best just in all in my opinion. Now for this top, I'm gonna go by build, not just by position. So getting to the first build, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna start a shooting guard because this is the number 5th spot. In my opinion, it is my sharp shooting slasher. Now this build, all these builds are good, like all these builds are good, but like this is probably the worst out of all the builds I use. Like, I mean, these builds are not bad at all. Don't get that messed up. But this is just like the worst build of all the builds I use. Basically, like all the builds I like have fun with and got all good records on. Now, this build is basically it's goated. Like, this build is way better at small forward, but if you're more of a shooting type slasher, you'd go with shooting guard. But if you're more like a dunk spammer, like you need dunks to bail out of certain situations, you go with small forward. They both can shoot very well, and like they're very good for like their positions. That's why I personally just like this build a lot more. I mean, there's many ways you can make this build, but honestly, it's just this is probably the best way. You know, you're always gonna go max height, max weight for all these builds. It really doesn't matter. The only thing that really matters is really the weight. And height also matters for you. Basically, like it's just for your your blocks and stuff. That's basically it. But that's all for the 5th build. I'm going on to number 4. Now for number 4, we have the center pure stretch. Now this build is not bad by any means. It's not better than the power forward stretch. The power forward stretch is way better. Like this build literally gets a less dunk than the power forward stretch. Like this build gets a less dunk. Like you get like an 81 dunk on the center, but on the stretch you get like an 84. Like, that makes no sense. You're a center, you should be able to dunk more, and they shoot really exactly the same. So you're better off just going with the power forward. It dunks better. You know, in this game, percents mean a lot. Like 1 bad percent is you can miss the shot. Like it's crazy. But honestly, this is probably why I chose this build for number 4. It's not as good. And, like you get drop balled a lot. Like your handles are terrible. God, terrible. Like this is my first ever build like on Mypark. Like this build is like it's not bad. It's just like there's a lot of flaws that come to it. But like, if you're just like a a spot up type person who just doesn't like the ball a lot, this build is probably perfect for you. But if not, then you're better off going with the power forward. Now for number 3, I actually like this build a lot. We're going with the power forward sharpshooting lockdown. Now this build is just so perfect. Like the dunking can bail you out of any situation. You can 92 dunks and you can about 84 threes. This is like the sharp slasher that I never had. Basically, like this build is just way too good, and plus it's a lockdown at that. Like I think this build might be able to post and post hook. I really never tested it yet, but this build is honestly just too good. Like it shoots perfectly fine. It dunks God, like, and it's a lockdown at that, so you know your defense is elite. This is the ultimate spot up build. Like this build is just honestly perfect, and the handles are good for being a lockdown. Like it's crazy. But this, I'm not even gonna say too much on this build. This build is goated. If you used it, you know. I'm not gonna say too much more. Let's get right into number 2. Now number 2, I'm not gonna lie, this build is just so perfect. Like the only reason it's not number 1 is because I like number 1's build a lot more. But this build is not a pure stretch, but a defending stretch. Now y'all gonna know why. Like just hear me out real quick. This build is so perfect. It can shoot. It can't green, but it shoots perfectly. It gets like a 91 dunk, way more than a stretch. It doesn't get drop balled as much, and you're still fast, and you got post hook and post fade. Like think about that. You got post hook about to an 80. Like you know how toxic it is on a build that can shoot threes. The build is just deadly. But I'm not gonna say anymore. I gotta hurry up enough the video. But hey, if you enjoyed, please drop a like, subscribe. I did give you a I promise. So if we get at least 32 likes this video, I appreciate it. I love you all, and I'll see you all later. Peace.